are other ways, but there is not. If there were,
in our quest to bring to the table issue-based conversation around nationhood and development, we have made 4 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday the perfect time to welcome you into the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir, I better resign and leave.
As elections give the citizens the chance to make their political decisions, constant demand for quality leadership from those they voted into office.
Look at us, man, there's nothing, we are starving. Tinubu should please do something.
It's also important to having a Nigeria of everyone's dream. Join Ōpeyèmí Akínyòdé as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, business professionals, and politicians on issues around politics, policies, governance, and leadership every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial, Mainland 98.3 FM. We'll welcome you, roommates, as we discuss the situations.
Good evening and welcome to the Situation Room on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. It's a Friday and typically I know Ōpeyèmí Akínyòdé would be here with you, but as you've probably noticed, he's not been around this week, hence why you're hearing my voice more often than you usually would on the Situation Room. But all is great so far. We've had great conversations. On Tuesday, we had a conversation around the strength of the opposition, whether or not the coalition would work, and that conversation was born out of the interview that former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai had. He had quite a lot of things to say about the coalition, what the challenges are, what the prospects are, what voter behavior, what he presumes voter behavior would be in 2027, amongst other things. Yes, and then we also yesterday spoke about the spate of demolitions we've been seeing in the country, particularly in Lagos State, with Wole Soyinka also condemning strongly the eviction of those who reside in the Ilaja, Tamara, forgive me if I say that wrong, areas in Lagos State. That was a conversation we had. And then yesterday we did speak to representatives, or well, candidates really, those who are putting themselves forward to run for the chairmanship elections come July in Lagos State. We've had quite a few come here from different political parties, more or less to speak about what plans they have for the people and why they are deserving of the vote of the people to be chairman of the different local government areas and the local council development areas in Lagos State. So today is Friday. Now, typically, you know what we do is town hall meeting. Now, this is just you and I having a conversation. This is you telling me what you think about all the things that have happened throughout the course of the week. It's an open conversation. Think of it as an extended version of open mic. You have 90 minutes to speak to us about matters that you think are necessary, or maybe stories that there's been new development on and you want to comment on these developments. This is the perfect place for you to do so. So for the next 90 minutes, all I'm doing here is being your scribe, really, just taking account of your perspective on the matters that has been raised. My name is Sage Babalola and it's a pleasure to be talking to you today. We're streaming the program live on Facebook and on YouTube, as we do every other episode that comes on air. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, so if you cannot listen via your radio, please join our social media platform. And it's important that you follow us on social media, is that you get notified every time we're live, every time we have new content posted up, anytime we have breaking news posted up. You will immediately be notified by Facebook that there's a new post if you're following us. But then again, it's possible that you miss your favorite programs, or you're not reminded of your favorite programs because you're not following us on social media. So please do well, hit the follow button, and you can also hit the notification button, which also brings you closer to us a little bit. We stream on YouTube as well. So if you're not a fan of Facebook, you can join the streaming via YouTube. And you find us on these platforms at Mainland 98.3 FM. Also, you can listen via our website. Our official website is www.mainlandfm.com or whatever online radio platform you find to be most convenient. At this point, you have no excuse whatsoever to not listen to our program. So, is conversations on social media. As a matter of fact, the entire country is currently talking about the resolution that has been reached between Nyesom Wike, former governor of Rivers State, FCT. Men did speak to the media after the meeting, but we have media outlets like The Cable, The Daily Post, saying that insiders did give certain information and provided the conditions on which this resolution was made. I would have you listen to what Nyesom Wike and Sims Fubara said after this meeting with the president, claiming that everything is now fine, there's no problem anymore. And then I would reference this report that as seen in the case who pled anonymity. So these are reports that we cannot necessarily tie to a particular individual. I'm talking about the conditions, but since it is a report and we're able to cite the source, we will talk about it whilst we are waiting official presidential statement or an official statement from both parties. I'm talking Nyesom Wike and Sims Fubara. Conversation will continue. Don't go anywhere. It's the Situation Room.
When the airwaves in your market become more and more crowded. It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air is here.
On Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Lagos.
Being seems anxious and uncertain, I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were,
In our quest to bring to the table issue-based conversation around nationhood and development, we have made 4 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday the perfect time to welcome you into the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir, I better resign and leave.
As elections give the citizens the chance to make their political decisions, constant demand for quality leadership from those they voted into office.
Look at us now, there's nothing, we are starving. Tinubu should please do something.
It's also important to having a Nigeria of everyone's dream. Join Ōgbẹ́yẹmí Akínyẹ̀dé as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, business professionals, and politicians on issues around politics, policies, governance, and leadership every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial. Mainland 98.3 FM will welcome you roommates as we discuss the situations.
Well, welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The Situation Room on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sounds that have trended over the course of the week and given you an opportunity to speak to these matters. And you can decide to comment on any of these stories if you like, or focus primarily on the resolution as from political stakeholders as well. For example, Sɪᴛᴜᴛᴇʀ had quite a lot to say. People are not very interested in what happens in Rivers State, which I doubt very much. Well, we did tell you over the course of the 26, the 4 bills, the Nigeria Tax Bill, the Nigeria Tax Administration Bill, the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and the joint, there were propositions to make it 10%. So it's great. By January 2026, we would see the new tax administration take effect. Also, during the course of the week, we did see the papers tell us that there's been an extension of the capital component of the 2024 budget, 9 trillion. That is the capital component of the 28 trillion 2024 budget over it has been extended till December 31st. So alongside our 54 first, that is that information. Now, we also spoke about the consequences of the Israel, maybe some places 1,000, depending on where you're buying. And so there's been conversations around why don't we find a way to, well, why don't we engage the services of a Tğᴇ refined crisis happening in the Middle East? That was a conversation that most definitely sparked. And that crisis sort of became intensified on Wednesday, yes, when Oyo State Governor Sēyī Mákindé and the former River State Governor of the PDP. Now, the camp of Sēyī Mákindé, that's the Oyo State Governor, and Dauda Lawal of Zamfara, and 11 national meeting must hold on June 30 as planned. They also are opposed to party issues by yourself. And so there was a play to Kefas Agbo of Taraba, Adamu Fintiri of Adamawa, legal advisor Kamaldeen Ajibade San. These people who's going to have the upper hand at the end of the day is what is yet to be seen. And mind you, the Southeast governors had said that this is the only time that this is the person we support. We've supported the PDP. We've never asked for anything. We've accepted everything. But this one time, we're refusing to accept Samuel Anyanwu as the National Secretary. We want Udeoku in its entirety. Would the threats on Anyanwu as the secretary of the first eviction on demolition in Lagos, the most recent being the Ilaje and Utumara communities, which again I mentioned treatment of social welfare, that as much as you want to develop a community, it should not be at the detriment of the people who are living there. It should not cause harm to a group of people in your community just because you're trying to make it better. And the crisis between Nyesom Wike and Sims Fubara. Now let me read to you what the cable said happened with Nyesom Wike, Sims Fubara, the president, and in that particular meeting. And now the presidency sources say that a deal was made, and as part of a broader effort to sort of restore democratic order in River State, some concessions would have particular comment cannot be attributed to a particular individual. We're referencing newspaper reports, particularly the cable. If we get new information from maybe the coffers of the presidency or both parties involved that debunks or denies any of his particular concessions that I'm about to realize. Now, according to the insider, one of the key terms that Fubara would have to accept is that he will be reinstated as governor to continue and complete his 4-year tenure, but he must forego plans to seek a second term in 2027. According to this insider says that Sims Fubara would have to make some concessions if he wants to be reinstated. So he will be reinstated as governor, but upon completion of his 4-year tenure, he will not seek a second term. So in 2027, we most likely would see a different candidate. Wike would be allowed to nominate all the local government chairpersons across all the 23 local government areas of the state. I hope you're paying rapt attention. First condition, Sims Fubara will not run in 20. Condition is that Nyesom Wike would have the power to nominate all the local government chairpersons across the 23 local government areas of River State. The source in the presidency also says that this would, in a way, give political. Another condition, really, is that Sims Fubara will have to pay outstanding allowances and entitlement owed to the 27 lawmakers loyal to Wike who were suspended from the State Assembly. Remember, they had defected to the APC, and then there was contention. There was a little bit of contention about whether or not they would be allowed to retain their seat for the period of time where they were suspended and when they were not able to work. So they are going to get a backlog of payment for doing nothing, really. But then that's what the report says. And in return, these lawmakers will not initiate an impeachment proceeding against Sims Fubara. That is what the inside source is saying, as Kay and Sims said after that meeting. And then I'd open the phone line and we can have a conversation about this. Don't go anywhere. Let's see what you think about this so-called resolution, what you think about this concessions that have to be made by Sims Fubara according to the cable report. Do you think that it would be the wise move for Sims Fubara to agree to this particular conditions? Mind you, this is not the first time that the president has given him conditions to follow. He agreed in the meeting, but when he got back to River State, he completely jettisoned it. Are we going to see a repetition of that where Sims Fubara will say, okay, I hear you for a second time, but once he gets back to River State, he just throws it in the trash? Or do you think this time he has realized what is at stake and he might as well just go through, if being the operative word here, truly these were some of the conditions he was placed on. Let's listen to this. We'll be back so we can have a conversation. Is the situation...
The glory that today is the 26th of June 2025, that peace has finally returned to the state. We've all agreed to work together with the governor, and the governor also agreed to work together with all of us who are members of the same political family. Yes, just like humans, you have a disagreement, and then you also have a time to also settle your disagreement, and that has been finally concluded today, and we have come to report to Mr. President that is what we have agreed. So for me, everything is over, and enjoy everybody who believe to work with us, to also work together with everybody. That there's no more acrimony, there's nothing to say we are disagreeing. We have all agreed on everything. So we thank God. For me, it's a day we have to thank Almighty God.
For me, it's very important that this day has come to be. What we need for the progress of Rivers State is peace. And by the special grace of God this night, with the help of Mr. President and the agreement of the leaders of the states, including our leader, peace has returned in Rivers State. We'll do everything within our power to make sure that we sustain it this time around. Thank you.
To give God the glory that today is the 26th of June 2025, that peace has finally returned to the state. We all agreed to work together with the governor, and the governor also agreed to work together with all of us who are members of the same political family. Yes, just like humans, you have a disagreement, and then you also have a time to also settle your disagreement, and that has been finally concluded today, and we have come to report to Mr. President that is what we have agreed. So for me, everything is over, and enjoy everybody who believe to work with us, to also work together with everybody. That there's no more we are disagreeing. We have all agreed on everything. So we thank God. For me, it's a day we have to thank Almighty God.
For me, it's very important that this day has come to be. What we need for the progress of Rivers State is peace. And by the special grace of God this night, with the help of Mr. President and the agreement of the leaders of the states, including our leader, peace has returned in Rivers State. We'll do everything within our power to make sure that we sustain it this time around. Thank you.
There you have it. Former Rivers State Governor Nyesom and current FCT Minister, and also Sɪᴛᴜᴛᴜ suspended Rivers State Governor, political godson of Nyesom. They say peace have been restored. They had to reach a resolution, and well, we don't know what if truly those are the conditions that Sɪᴛᴜᴛᴜ has been placed on, but at least you heard from him. He says everything is fine. He's happy that this has happened. Peace is essential. Nyesom said a resolution if you have to make such a huge concession. Mind you, if is the operative word here. We're quoting the Daily Post. We also have the cable who is reporting this particular conditions. But for a fact, we know across all the papers that they did meet with the president at the presidential villa, Nyesom and Sɪᴛᴜᴛᴜ. They're at peace now. There's no more fighting, according to both of them. But other papers, other sources are reporting that he has been placed on 4 conditions. He should not run for a second term. Nyesom Wike is going to be the one to nominate the local government chairman, he has to pay the outstanding for the suspended lawmakers, and in return these lawmakers will not institute an impeachment process against him. This one through, or would he just jettison it like he did the previous arrangement that was made between himself, Nyesom Wike, and the president? The phone lines are now open. We're ready to take your contribution. 091360000430. Hello.
Good evening to you, Parrot, and speak approach to settlement of Fubara. Was that agreement is overloaded shift and things, and that is what we are expecting. Because people are the determinant of the people. Why can't they make equal? Have and have local government chairman something, and also everything that they do, give Fubara the leeway to run his state, whatever the intention of Wike. And this is a thorough affair under Mr. President, who claimed to become a democratic. No, this is not democratic. It's imposition, coercion. And at the end of it, this is not democratic. It's not the democracy we are yearning for. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your comments. Now, Sɪᴛᴜᴜᴛ, who is, of course, supposed to be something of an ally to Atiku Abubakar, and since his visit to the president, he's had quite a lot to say. Regarding this resolution, he did put out a tweet, and he says, and allow me read it to you, "This is how to lead. A leader must resolve issues, not make them worse. There is nothing wrong with studying Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu after all. We study leaders in other clime. It is a thank you to Nyesom Wike. Thank you, Speaker and his colleagues. Thank you, reasonable elders who encourage this. This has always been my position. The journey for pleased with the president that he thinks that we should study the president based on this resolution he has been able to make." He says Tim Rivers is back. Good evening to you, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. Welcome.
This is called slavery to me, because this is not any settlement to me. If I were to be saying you are a leader and you are being controlled as if you're a puppet, this is not settlement to me. It is called godfatherism, and it is bad for our democracy.
Okay, you might need to call back. I think that disconnected. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, my name is Ken. I'm calling from Agbado.
All right, Ken, go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is a precedent that is not acknowledgeable, because if they force him to join Rivers State, and the same people that supported Sɪᴛᴜᴜ will still do something to 50-50 so that there will be peace in that state, because there are different ethnic groups in Rivers State. So they should not create problem for the people. Thank you.
All right then. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Babalola, happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
Yeah, Alabalakba is my name, from Sabo, Jᴏɪɪ in Ojo.
Yes.
Babalola, let me quickly say something, because people will not be happy as Fubara and Wike, they are coming to round table, and Martin Amauli led lawmaker. Some people will never be happy because they want everything to go haywire. And I want to congratulate the Rivers State people that they need. The president has allowed it. It's now in their hand. If they will now go back to Rivers State, especially Governor Fubara, he must not listen to outsiders. He must not allow the third party to come into this agreement again. The peace has been there before, but the ones the man has been listening to, that was the reason that they are just giving kind of advice. So I want to congratulate them as they are going back into their various positions. They should please play the people of own life too. Even if the government is not even coming back again, even if it is one time, you will know that I have done this. I don't have done this to anybody again. I don't think we will continue to enjoy peace. President Bola Tinubu and the National Assembly should lead themselves.
Thank you.
Allow them to police themselves. This is the only way.
Thank you.
in our land. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you so very much. Particular incidents. We've seen attempts at peace where Gaza situation, yes, where Trump is saying X. Let me tell you what Malcolm X says. I might not be able to read verbatim or quote verbatim what Malcolm says. It's been a very long 6 inches of the knife. I don't consider that progress. Even when you pull the knife all the way out, I don't consider that progress. Progress to me is healing the wound that was inflicted by that knife. But unfortunately, there are some people who wouldn't even admit that the knife is there. This is something that Malcolm X had said when he was asked about progress. He was talking about black people, neocolonialism, amongst other things. So the correlation that exists between, sayings like that and the reality that we have on ground is profound. And I just thought to share that bit with you. A call 0913-6000-410 is the number to dial. WhatsApp is 0913-6000-410. We're streaming live on Facebook. I'll read your Facebook messages as well. Mainland 98.3 FM is how you join us on the live stream. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Sir, I hope there's no problem. I've not been hearing from Okoyemi.
Okoyemi is fine.
This issue of Fubara, we should remember how it started. Fubara is the elected governor of Rivers State, and he was removed just like that. If Nigeria had a institution that works, some people, even though their president would have been impeached because of some of the actions that have been illegal, unconstitutional, we should remember the fact that this man handling the affairs of that state as he's been elected. So this is the country you and I inherit. Even when...
And you still had a little bit of time. If you can call me back, I really do not want to deal with this connection thing today. Hello.
Yes, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you.
That's not how to be. When Ike was coming, he brought all his foot soldiers. And when Fubara was coming, Fubara went like an orphan. Where is Jumbo? I believe Jumbo, what do you call him? That is former speaker. And it's SSA. He could have brought some people too to sit with him. This is what the president has done. To me, it's not settlement. It's an order. And this is a purported governor that was elected democratically. Why is he always dancing to the tune of Wike? I don't know. I don't know the reason why he's always dancing. It's what Wike wants. You now said Wike should take all the 23 local governments. That little bit goes back now. It's going to Wike will bring all the commissioners. All his enemies' children resign. What are they eating? Is it not cow meat? I bet they are eating elephant lion meat.
Let me read a few messages right after this call.
Pastor,
right.
This is a tragedy, the kind of elements we have as leaders. Look at how these people are destroying democracy. And these guys claim to have. And you have even some people who are calling. People come from Sağlıkçı, some come from Festac. And they begin to defend. Let them have conscience enough as people that are associated with either the mosque or the church, and they do things rightly. It's not about today. It's about tomorrow. If this party now is bent children, they should be concerned about that. It's not about accumulating money, because all they know about politics is getting money. It's really shameful.
Right.
It's embarrassing.
Right.
And it is a tragedy. Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah, my sister.
So let's know who you're speaking with.
Yeah, Kenny from Siller.
Great.
My sister, Tinubu has come to destroy this our country.
Okay, thank you very much.
The way things are going, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I need you to not open your conversation like that. Let's please be civil on radio so I can take your feedback.
Okay, my sister, you see, we don't need to be economical with the truth. Things are obvious. Things are going abnormal. And we are normalizing it. And we are painting it into future. You understand? Some people will still climb on it and say, after all, this person. Because during the declaration of, what is it called? Emergency. They refer that, after all, Obasanjo did it. He removed that year. He removed this. Then this one is doing it. No. Why should we continue to be doing the same thing all the time and expect a new result? You cannot get a new result. After all the whole world has beckoned on you, don't do this. It is wrong. You say no. Because of the governor, a whole governor that they gave mandate, they led you to abattoir and they slaughtered that man. The man, he was just, him. What kind of agreement is that? No,
thank you so much.
The governor.
Thank you for calling. Thank you. Thank you. And just to be clear, the slaughtering was metaphorical. Before people start to call me and say I didn't correct someone for saying the governor was slaughtered. It's a metaphor. Thank you very much. Let me read message. Ooh, okay. Is it not to share reverse money? Did Wike agree to work with his predecessor for their right and reject and jettison this madness by these individual politicians? We have Robert who says, good evening. Fubara is either playing games with them or he's just an unreasonable politician. Anyone supporting Nigerian politician is doing so at his or her own risk. Whatever the case may be, I pity those supporting them. They will all suffer whilst the politicians gain power. Okay, thank you for your message. Let me look at Facebook. We have Benjamin Ise who says, as for Wike and Fubara's tussle in River State, Wike should know that nothing lasts forever in this world. Anything sunshine has an expiry date. I ask, the conditions Mr. Wike and President Tinubu gave to Fubara can so-called resolution. The Bible says, don't do to others what you don't want others to do to you. God is watching from heaven. They should all know. Benjamin from Shogule. We have Ishola Davenport who says, good evening, Sage. How have you been? Thank you for the good job. Well, thank you for listening. Concerning rivers, the president has finally captured the state. If I were Fubara, I will tell them that the sole administrator can have the post and keep now. 09136000410. Expected the most prominent of this discourse is the so-called resolution that has happened between Sims Fubara and Nyesom Wike, thanks to the intervention of the president, who has started to receive accolade for his ability to resolve the crisis. Do you think that that is the best approach to this resolution? Do you believe that Sims Fubara had to take this deal for at least for his survival in the okay with Sims Fubara accepting these said conditions, and what alternative would you have recommended as an alternative to this sort of peace that has been offered to them by the president? Hello.
You know, like I've just been listening to you. That this is my first time of calling into the program anyway.
Thank you.
It's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. I am so saddened this afternoon hearing such an agreement where the man went there lonely, nobody followed him, and the terms of which they agree on is yet to be no. But like what Fubara said before this whole issue started was that it's about the controlling of the resources of the state, river state resources. Well, I don't blame them, because the man who was supposed to be the father is holding a very strong ground in Lagos State. So he wants the Wike to equally do the same in River State. So that is exactly what is playing out. So this is the democracy we call democracy, where a few particular set of people who want to start controlling and fully they say godfathers. I blame. At least they have it out the way that they have so many prominent people there. Why can't they stand up and talk?
Hello.
Hello, Babalola. Good evening.
Evening to you.
Yeah, this is Godwin from Motor.
Yes.
Is the best way. The Mr. President is destroying democracy in this country. How can you? How can you just bring that kind of a condition? Then that means that we should not, the river people should not just go out and vote now. No need of doing election for the Sims Fubara. We should just appoint a governor. No need for the river people to go outside to go and vote. This game, there is no power. You are not giving you are not giving the river people the power for them to elect the people that is suitable for them. You are the one putting somebody there, which means that any election that they are going to do in River State is going to be wicked. It means that the power is people of River State. And for Sims Fubara, if I was the person, to me, I would just carefully resign. What maybe after when they put him back in the office after like 1 or 2 weeks, try to address his people and just resign honorable. And people
remember there was a time that Sɪᴛᴜᴛᴇ said, there's no price too big for peace when this started. Do you think that it's situations like this that really test his resolve, that there's no price that's too big for
no amount of what he will do, that there will be no peace because of Wike has there is power behind Wike at Abuja. The only way for let Mr. President for what he did in Rivers State.
You have a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for calling. Hello. Hello. Okay, I'll take another phone call, maybe call back. We have here, good afternoon. I thought Fubara said Pa Edwin Clark a few weeks ago during his burial that he's not interested in going back to office again. He said, don't you look at how I'm looking fresh? Today, he has gone to sign iron agreement in the villa. What a hypocrite. I never knew Fubara was this desperate. By the time Tinubu finishes 8 years, Nigeria and Nigerians will not remain the same again. I'm well, thank you.
Yeah, this is Eric on the line. Yes. Somebody calls in from Sabo Oniba, where I grew up. I grew up in Sele bus stop. Before Sele bus stop, you get to People's bus stop. And before people, you get to Sabo himself. And somebody calls in now and is praising the government. Even the APC government that you are praising has not even done nothing. Nothing in Sele bus stop. If it's not those Igbo boys. Nothing. And you have an APC government, no development has come to Sabo Oniba. There's no development. I repeat it, no development. From Sabo to Maiten to what is it called, to Shibiri, there's no development at all. And somebody will call on radio and be distracting us. They've done the normal thing now. We know now you are going to sign it you are going to sign it now. So anything that they feel,
the message here. Good evening, Sage. One thing we Nigerians should endeavor to achieve is to have institutions that work. For crying out loud, how can these flush out these characters from the system? Those supporting this rascality and anomaly should remember, in a country where illegality is now legal and there's no recourse for it, the most painful thing is that the arm of government that makes law and the one that interprets it have allowed illegality to thrive. I don't think we're practicing democracy, and I pray it gets better one day. Okay, thank you, Robert. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Good evening.
Completely.
Yes.
Honestly, if I were Fubara,
so would you be kind enough to introduce yourself?
You said John from Mogba.
Yes, thank you.
If I am waiting to become to return to that position, it means that it too is necessary and is same of the same. Somebody will work for the people and you are being treated this way, and Rivers people are not coming out this same of the same. A man with his degree who have just resigned in NLPC.
You can talk about anything you like.
Yeah?
You can talk about... Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Ajibola calling from Nicola.
Okay.
Please, I beg of something. If somebody said that, okay, Mr. President is doing fine, and then you will not question the person. But if other person says something even not too inflammatory, to just caution.
That's not true. First of all, that's not true. And stop pushing narratives. I said
with you. What the president did is extremely bad, and you know it, and we also know it. It's too bad. This is an aberration to democracy. Where is democracy? Governor of that state is already in your hand. Why will you make a statement that okay, you cannot contest for the next? Are you the one that is the INEC now? You are the INEC, you are the judiciary. You even make decisions based that something that will be in court. You can even make a valid. The height of what is ruining this nation, where adults will not be able to speak true to power. They will also be coming to radio to come and tell us that what the president did is good. This one is good for democracy. This is an aberration. This is a slap on the whole country. Not even to Rivers State people, but the whole country should be weeping and be sorry for what we have fought for. Democracy we said that we fought for. Blood and sweat. 1993, 1999 till now.
Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Evening to you.
Mr. Kangalini.
All right.
I've said this thing before. Ubara going back to that place. It would have the most honorable. What does he even want that kind of money? The money he has now can sustain him throughout his life. So why don't you just save your name and relax? Because as he's going there, now, for the sharing formula itself, there will be nothing like sharing formula. And I've done so. So that guy is not going there to be human rights. You have money already. Do you know what it means to be an accountant general for all that time that the Wike was there? You know? And then he has been governor. That guy is, in fact, I'm not happy with him. Just relax and leave them to if one Wike wants to do you think they will investigate it? They will not. We all know that his hands are there, but they will never do anything about it because he's already in government. They are the people ruling Nigeria. Bye bye.
Right. Thank you for calling. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Mr. Richard Oba calling from Apara.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Please, Lady Sage. These adults. This is my first time actually calling to your radio station. I will tell you one thing. I'm a young man of below 40. Since I came into this country as a man, as a human being, have not experienced good thing. If you are under this our age, you will find out that this something I'm telling you is true. You see these adults, 70 and above, they finished. So we have asked this young boy a shame. How can somebody be removed as a sitting governor, elected governor, voted for? If that legacy for all of us, we the younger ones, they're giving us a bad impression about everything. And they're encouraging, but I told them some time ago, I have some of my friends, I discussed all these things. I tell them, this is bad. Let everybody condemn me. So you journalists, you people help us too. Please, that's my contribution. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
I don't know if you can permit me to 30 seconds, please, to make one correction.
Go ahead, you're on air already.
Yes, Alaba is my name. I just want to make correction to someone that he said the world class general hospital is ongoing in Ojo local government. When it gets to Yanoba, you should ask anybody that where are they building the world class general hospital in Ojo that moved from Marina. The structure is ongoing in Okokomaiko, same thing in Ojo. You know what I mean? When you get to Iba, when you go to some place so development is ongoing. Some people not just have opportunity of maybe they have little time on their phone and they want to use it to rubbish the Lagos State government, and this will not be taken from them. They should just be mindful of what they have opportunity. And you guys on the media, you correct people when it's necessary to call you, call them off. I told you earlier on. Some people with me.
Right, correct, General. Hello. Okay, do make it back. I think we have some messages on Facebook. I'll take this call whilst I sort that out. Hello.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
I can hear you, sir. Go ahead. Tell me your name.
Yakubu is my name.
All right.
He was calling us. They are building walls with the best of in your job. We are less concerned about that. It's that responsibility to give us good road. Like the Minister of Federal Capital is bad. I've been following politics since the First Republic, Second Republic, Third Republic, up to now. This is how Sagari doing Sagari 79 to 83. They do less than this before the military take over. What you want to lose this democracy? We don't benefit anything from this democracy they are doing. What type of rubbish is this? For former governor to be controlling the governor of the state, controlling the central local government, in the society. What are we talking about here? We are less concerned about
I mean that you should curse people out. We cannot allow that to happen on radio. It's his opinion. He's entitled. It's your opinion.
Good evening.
Evening to you, sir.
Yes, my name is Joshua, calling from Ikeja.
Welcome.
I love the Malcolm and your adage. I want to go in three phases. Number one, the FGB adage says that when a thief does not have opportunity to steal, he calls himself an honest person. When Tinubu did not have opportunity to become the president, he was condemning, including the emergency that happened under Jonathan and even under Obasanjo. That is number one. Number two, there's this former colleague of yours, Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ Mᴜɪᴟᴏ. I don't know where he is now. Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Saka said that there is no institution of this country that APC cannot destroy or have not destroyed. And then the last one, whoever support evil, the Bible says it shall not be well with that person.
All right, let's turn it down a little bit, okay? I see that some of you have found a loophole to say inappropriate things on air when you quote Bible verses and all. Let's be very, let's be civil. Yes, let's be civil, so that people don't feel like we're creating an avenue for them to be attacked for their own opinion. If they support the presidency, if they support this administration and everything that they've done, is their right. I mean, that is what democracy is about, yes? The right to choose, the right to do what is beneficial for you without being oppressed, the right to do what pleases you without being oppressed. So if this individual is expressing their right to support this administration, it doesn't mean that it's okay for you to attack them because you don't. All right, let's be very civil in our presentation of these issues. Still, the Situation Room on mainland 98.3 FM. It's open mic. Call me, tell me what you think about the issues that have been raised. Quite a lot of things happened, but you see what Fubara and Nyesom said after that meeting. Daily Post both reports this evening that resolution came at a price that is mostly detrimental to the political authority of Sims Fubara. First of all, the other instruction that was given to him, or condition that was given to him, is that he has to pay the outstanding for the 27 suspended lawmakers who had 3 local government areas in Rivers State. And a lot of people seem displeased with these conditions. Although I would like to highlight once again that we haven't directly heard from the quarters of the president, or the quarters of Fubara, or from the quarters of Nyesom in that particular meeting. Sɪᴛᴜᴜᴛ, for example, seems very elated to the point where he says the president has done so great with this resolution, this endeavor to resolve the issue, that he thinks we should start studying President Bola Tinubu.
26th of June 2025, that peace has finally returned to the state. All agreed to work together with the governor, and the governor also agreed to work together with all of us who are members of the same political family. Yes, just like humans, you have a disagreement, and then you also have a time to also settle your disagreement, and that has been finally concluded today, and we have come to report to Mr. President that is what we have agreed. So for me, everything is over, and enjoy everybody who believe to work with us, to also work together with everybody. That there's no more acrimony, there's nothing to say we are disagreeing. We have all agreed on everything. So we thank God. For me, it's a day we have to thank Almighty God.
For me, it's very important that this day has come to be. What we need for the progress of Rivers State is peace. And by the special grace of God this night, with the help of Mr. President and the agreement of the leaders of the states, including our leader, peace has returned in Rivers State. We'll do everything within our power to make sure that we sustain it this time around. Thank you.
Welcome back. Situation Room on mainland 98.3 FM. We are taking your feedback. It's open mic this Friday, the town hall conversation. We're talking about all the things that have happened throughout the course of the week. The most recent of the conversation being the rent. This might be the one time that he would be governor. He signed or agreed. This is not the first time he has supposedly agreed to a condition that was given to him by the president, but he didn't see it through. Is this going to be a replication of that first time? Or, hello? Okay, maybe try to call me back. We still have time to take contributions. We have here Madam Sage, the caller that said they're building a world-class hospital in Ojo. Tell him we are expecting the president to go there when he gets ill. If not, then there is nothing world-class about the shared between Wike and Rivers State. This is what he has been asking for. Is this what we call a democracy? And the president brokered this. This is absurd. It's undemocratic and it's an aberration. What a country. Chris from Magboro there with a message. We also have another message here on WhatsApp, but I would pause on that to take this phone call. Hello.
Hello, Sage. Hello, Sage.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, Sage. Like what we said earlier,
please?
Eric.
Okay.
Like what we said earlier on is that if you are saying that's what is it called? That railway road is the express now. Sure, you won't carry that express railway inside Alaba. What is it called? Sabo-Niba. Do you from my tent to Adampadi? Do you have roads? School from what is it called? Just secondary school to Shibiri. Do they have roads? They don't have roads now. So okay, tell me what the APC has done to that state for the. You just come on air. You'll be telling us what we know.
All right. Thank you for calling. I'm going to Facebook now. Unique Destiny says reconciliation between Wike and Fubara working together. Why should they work together? To do what exactly together? Is it not to share Rivers' money? Did Wike agree to work with his predecessor? This. Okay, thank you. We have Benjamin Ise who says, okay, I read this already, I think. Anthony Ayeni says, people are saying Fubara. I know Coyote on Facebook says, Coyote says, people act according to emotion. They hated each other, they won. Now we're all typing foul. What is wrong from the start will be wrong till the end. Seems now agreeing with the agreement shows us a typical Nigerian that we are. Okay, that's what you were. Thank you for your message. Hello. You're live.
Yeah. My name is Colonel Samuel. You will agree with me that majority of the callers stand on one point, that justice, fairness. It has to do generally with the mindset of the black people. Of all the races in the world, it's the black race that has taken the backseat in underdevelopment. The black race. We are very, very tribalistic, self-centered people. The way they want to handle the issue of Fubara, they are saying that do the right thing. You see who will call us again to say something different. I think they are defending an illegality, a pure illegality. We know this is illegal. We want development. Development cannot come if we continue this way. South Africa is not taking this route. Other developing countries, as I read the country, anybody who sees illegality and supports it has a mental problem. Thank you very much.
But Paul is not exactly a role model when it comes to democracy as well. He's been there for a while, right?
Role model, somebody like Julius Nyerere.
But he's also not necessarily towing the way of democracy. He's developing his country, but he's not necessarily
of the black people.
Right. I get you now. I understand. That's why I said, sometimes when we talk about democracy, people like Paul should not necessarily be in that conversation. The only reason why he's not so opposed or resisted is because he's developing, the country, and so people are like, bad leader, but he's giving us results. We might as well just let him do his thing. But it's still against the dictates of democracy what he's been doing. Yes. Let's take another phone call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm calling from Lagos. My name is Sɪᴛᴜᴜ the former CBN governor. Where is Sɪᴛᴜᴜ today now? Buhari using and dumping, and I believe this is how Tinubu will use Wike and dumping court. But I'm saying this now. This is 2025. No food. I don't see this present APC government going back to that Aso Rock. That miracle God that removed Abacha will remove this APC government.
All right, thank you very much for calling. We appreciate you for your insight. Let's start to wrap up the conversation very slowly. Hello.
You know what? Why Madam is laughing?
Why?
I am very happy. Have you seen those pictures of those people that went to Afro?
Yeah.
Say all of them don't live finish. That means without politics, they cannot eat. But me and you, we dey eat, we dey fresh.
Yeah,
See
you know
them.
I'm fresh. I'm not fresh.
I dey see you for Facebook now. Which one you there? I know you very well. Even if I see you for Tᴏɪᴜᴜ I will not say this is stage. Let me tell you, I'm very happy that for us, all of them don't suffer up. They suffer this. They know that yes, government is government. They are all, particularly that yellow one that calls himself Major Jack. Look at him. That used to be very fast, very handsome man. Now he's black, he's lean. Amefule, all the Konga when they head, all don't deep. Go and bring the pictures. All of them are hungry. Without politics, look at all of them sitting down. When they call you once, you move. Instead of you to go and walk. If you don't have work, go to farm.
Thank you, Madam Ife.
They find PDP, but when they go chop, those shit.
All right. Messages. Good evening, Sage. If these conditions given to Fubara are through, then it shows that the integrity of the president is questionable. He's not the Democrat he claimed to be. And as for Sɪᴛᴜᴜ, he's not stable. And that is why he cannot be trusted with the people's vote. Samson Adidayo sent that one on Facebook. We have here, please, if the condition prescribed by the president are the governor will not contest in 2027, Wike will pick the goose, should be good for the gander. In all of this, where is democracy in place? Where is the constitution? Questions from James from K2. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
My name is Blessing Udo.
All right.
As regard what we are discussing about the condition,
I said that multiple times.
Okay. People always say Wike is a man that understands politics. Most people that fall online and say what they want to say, they are not in the field. They just come on air and be speaking, but on the you agree. You must stick to what you agree. We are not there. We don't even know what they agree. So let's not speculate and wait till the outcome is fully out. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Who we're speaking with?
I'm calling from command.
All right. Go ahead.
Concerning NPC, this is, you can see that is the same thing. The 10 trillion. Calculate the budget of the whole country between that 2017 to 2003. We will see a change out of that. So many MNPC can fund our budget successfully without us going from anywhere. But the court is coming back to come and tell us for all that our
Hello? Oh, okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Good evening.
Can you please give me just 20 seconds?
Yes.
Yaku wrote to my name once again.
All right.
For that, Ojo Alaba, the senator from that is Senator Abayomi Yosimi. It's late now. He called me to politics, although I'm young that time. But I used to come in. And I can't go for my life today because I'm working with my family. It's my brother, the same mother, Senator Abayomi Yosimi, during a lot of time. He entered from Badali constituency that time. So who is telling you?
Okay. This is well. Hello.
Hello, Lady Sage.
Yes, good evening.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
My name is Prince Wyatt, calling you from Amuwodoso. I think when you talk of a Fubara matter and the wiki, number one, we said it's where this is started. You know, when what the agenda, they went back to stage. Who the next? Is it not the Fubara that says the jungle has matured? All the 8 parts on the agenda, the confusion, you should not do this at the Supreme Court, the legislators. And the Wike is speaking from defeated angle right now. Some people don't know what they call politics. Number one, is it good for you to betray someone who assisted you? We are not talking of state money to private pocket, no. But as a child, somebody assisted you, is not betraying that fellow. And this roundtable and higher minister and the fashion solution, they were supporting one side. At the end of the day, when you say constitutional matter, the matter has gone to Supreme Court. After the Supreme Court judgment is binding upon all of them. So if Mr. President is not too far, so what are we talking about? Mr. President said, okay, go home and go and sit down for 6 months. At the end of the day, you come back. Even though the man that is in now, it's Fubara. Wait up twice. When you talk of politics, you should know how to play politics.
Lady Sage, are you with me?
Yes, actually, we need to go. Thank you.
I want to round up.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Let me just finish with messages so we can have the news in another 7 minutes. Please, if the conditions prescribed. Okay, I read this earlier. We have Fᴜᴜ is hungry for power and it's against its integrity. If not, he's supposed to resign. With all the conditions and the House of Assembly members ready to impeach him, President by this have set a dangerous precedent. Tomorrow, a president may emerge after Tinubu and more notorious and dictates the person to be governors in all the 36 states and Abuja. He will succeed because we don't have a working institution. Bernard from Bariga. We have here, this is not the democracy we fought for. Collect your voters card towards 2027 so that we can vote the APC out. Tunde from Magwero. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, Sage. Please tell Alabalakwe to mind his business, that he should stop this propaganda. He should speak for himself. Go to Alaba Place, very bushy and the worst part of Lagos State. Alaba should not say some of these things on air. The worst part, they're supporting this current government and they should rebuild another house to replace it. And for Fubara, the case has been settled. If Fubara concurs to Wike and his party, it should be shameful. And it's shameful to Fubara and his followers. Friday from Huawei. Okay, we have here, hello Mainland FM. It's unfortunate to see the kind of democracy we're practicing now, where the wish of the godfathers supersede that of the citizen. Do you know that as it stands, indirectly, Fubara is not using the mandate of the people, so he cannot be accountable to them. Instead, he's accountable to the godfathers. I will not be surprised if he's impeached at any slightest opportunity. If he does anything contrary to the will of his godfathers, I'm still wondering how the settlement between Iirsᴛ and Fubara came about after money to fund the state budget has been released to the state administrator. Our democracy is in danger if this unconstitutional attitude from the ruling party should continue. May God deliver us. Timtayo Notary from Ijagimo community. Finally, Fubara's offense is his honesty. He told Rivers people he makes IGR of 25 billion naira against the 15 billion which Wike was declaring. This is my humble opinion. James from K2. Okay, James, thank you very much. We have Abayomi Oluwayomi saying, good evening, Sage. Two people are fighting. Thank you. That's about it. That's all the contributions I can take for this evening. It's been very intense, but necessary. Thank you for your participation. Again, there's always an opportunity for you to speak to matters because the radio never sleeps. And as the conversation next week, Monday, 광ᴜ̀mᴜ Akínyẹ̀dé will be back. For all of you that have been asking about him, by Monday, you'd hear him on the Situation Room. On Wednesday, you hear me on the Situation Room. But thank you so much for your time. The news at 5:30 is up next. And after that, we'll have the Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM.